Hey you guys, Joe here. I'm in bed. You're in bed with Joe. Just doing today's topic. I just watched Cole's video. We thoroughly enjoyed it and feel like my head is swimming with too much information. But this week's topic is about, do genderqueer people kind of date disproportionately? I'm just realizing my face looks really warped. I'll be 40 this summer. This is what happens when you get old. Things start dropping. Anyway, I don't care, so it doesn't matter. Do genderqueer people disproportionately date bisexuals? Which kind of talks about sexuality versus gender, and I guess, let me just read the question. Let's double check this. Sorry. I hope Cole put it in here. No, I'm going to have to dig it up. Anyway, the question is kind of an interesting one to me because it's bringing up a lot of things that I'm almost embarrassed to say are true. I'm going to flash back to when I was 21, and I thought I might be a lesbian. And I remember I was hanging around with a lot of gay men at the time. And my gay friends, I just presumed because I really, really identified in the gay community with gay men. And I don't know where the leap of logic went, but I guess I thought, well, I must be a lesbian. And I thought I had a crush on a woman at work because I liked the way her body was shaped. It was my polar opposite. And I remember my gay friend saying to me, Joe, do you want to kiss her? And I said, and this is where I'm embarrassed to say this because I know disgust is not a term that, usually it implies transphobia or homophobia. But I'm going to use the word disgust. The thought of kissing a woman disgusted me. And I went, no. And then he said, well, do you want to eat her out? And I said, oh, no, that's not what I want. And he said, Joe, you're not gay. You're not a lesbian. Get real. And that was the first time anybody just put it in black and white terms like that. That's what gay is. It's fucking people, or being romantically interested and physically interested in fucking people of, the same gender. And I am not into women. I'm just not. That's not to say I am a woman, so whatever. You know what I'm saying. So I've been exclusively with men my whole life. Or male-bodied people. And are these people, here's the thing. Since I kind of identify as a gay man trapped in a straight woman's body, it would stand to reason that the kinds of men who are attracted to a person like me would be a gay man, right? And interestingly, I had a couple of gay boyfriends, and two of my ex-boyfriends, two of my longer-term ex-boyfriends, had out gay fathers. Now, this was in the 80s, or earlier, and in both cases, I'll tell you their names, doesn't matter, Julian and Michael, had fathers who had come out early, very early. Michael was I was 23 when I was with Michael. And he was in his late 30s. I think he was like 38 or 39. And his father was in his 70s or 80s. And his father had been like one of those like guys with an ascot, like a gay fop, right? Like a dandy in the 50s. And had actually left his wife and kids. And during the divorce proceedings had to actually admit to sodomy on the stand or whatever the hell the term was at the time when you were getting divorced. And, because gay men, it was totally, scandal at the time. And his father moved in with a man, and, here we were some like 40 years later, and in the 90s, and his father was still with that man. Now, Michael was always very gay positive because he had an out gay father. Same with Julian. Julian's parents met when they were in university or whatever, and his father was always gay and out. And his mother, I guess, and him were friends. I'm assuming that Julian's father was bisexual, but they wanted to get married and have kids. So they did. But I think the whole time, Julian's dad had a boyfriend. I mean, Julian told me he remembers Uncle So-and-so growing up and his dad going to this guy's house. And it was kind of not really a secret, but it wasn't a secret. I mean, his parents were married and had kids, but Julian was also very gay positive and very comfortable with his body and comfortable, I think both Michael and Julian, people thought were gay. And it was funny because I always used to say, I'm attracted to men with gay fathers, it would appear. Or gay, kind of a gay positive outlook on life that is really deeper than surface. Like it comes from having a gay parent that makes you that kind of on that level. I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, none of these guys that I know were bisexual, but they were different they weren't your typical homophobe, you know. There's a lot of homophobes out there. I know a lot of them, but that's the guys that I was with over the years were not homophobic. One guy, Wojtek, Polish guy, I was with him for a long time. Everyone thought he was gay. I mean, he was really I guess they would call it metrosexual now. At the time, that wasn't the term. But he didn't care what people thought of him. He didn't care. He dressed to the nines. He shaved. That was funny because we'd walk down the street and he shaved his whole body. He would shave his armpit hair, and I don't. And the hell kind of couple were we? And you know. Anyway, what Cole was just saying, which kind of blew my mind, was about how bisexual people are not body conscious or genitalia conscious because they don't care what you've got because none of that bothers them. And I was just thinking about how I am kind of genitalia conscious because I have no desire to be with a woman or a female-bodied person. I'm not attracted to a vagina. And the thought of being with that or having that in my life sexually appeals on no level at all. And I want to use the word disgust because it's kind of true. I think, you know, that opens up a whole can of worms about transphobia that I don't even know the answers to. I don't know if I was with a partner who appeared male and, you know, the clothes came off and he was pre-op or, you know, non-op, how I would feel about that. I don't know how I would feel about that. I mean, the logical side of me knows who I am and what, you know, what I would hope I would be like in that situation. And then there's the actual raw sexuality of it. And I don't, you know, what turns you on is what turns you on. And you can't change that. You can't just start being attracted to a vagina because it's there and you wish it was so, you know. So I often say I wish I was a lesbian. It would make my life so much easier. Oh, here comes Stanley. I don't think I've ever been with a bisexual person. And here's another thing that I'm a little bit kind of nervous to say because it seems kind of scandalous to me. Hi, Stanley. I like laying in bed and doing videos. This is kind of really lazy of me, isn't it? And that is my elbow. I know it looks rather awful, but this is kind of Dan Savage of me to say, but I question sort of how much a bisexual man is actually bisexual, or is it a stepping stone to just coming out as gay? I was with a man in my early 20s. I was madly in love with Patrick. And he was a gay man from Ireland who was actually going out with my gay friend when I met him. And over the time we got to know each other, we fell in love. And I remember him telling me he wasn't sure if he was gay, and I was kind of, he was going to kind of use me, I guess, to figure out if he was really straight or not. And I know he loved me, and I know I loved him. And I know, I actually went to Ireland to visit him, and it was kind of a catastrophe. Long story short, I found out much later, he phoned Dwayne, and he said to Dwayne, you know, Joe's trip made me realize I'm really gay. But he never told me that to my face. I found out secondhand and sobbed for weeks, and he broke my heart completely. And I always say, you know, you don't know. I said once when I was bartending, I said to a customer, you know, I had a boyfriend who left me for another man. I mean, that's hardcore, except for the fact that, you know, that whole question of what's she got that I don't, well, what's he got that I don't? I know what he's got that I don't, and I can't grow one, so I get it. There was a complete element of I get it. When Pat left me for that other guy, I got it because I got it, because I understand you're gay and I can't change that. And I didn't want to, but I definitely felt like a gay man myself, right? Just without the equipment. So, whatever. Anyway, I remember that customer saying to me, oh, you think that's bad? My wife left me for Jesus. So, that was a funny story. But yeah, having dated a gay man, I've dated straight men with gay fathers. I don't think I've ever dated a bisexual man. But then again, I don't know. You know, people's sexuality is fluid. I know that I am not bisexual, and I know that I am not... Oh yeah, I kind of got a little bit sidetracked there. But just I think being attracted to a man who claims bisexuality and, you know, he wound up being gay in the end, which to me is fair enough. I have no criticism of that. sometimes wonder if for men sexuality is more of a black and white thing than it is for women. And I can't believe I'm even saying this on the Genderqueer channel because it makes me sound very binary oriented. But I mentioned this in another video. It was a video about are more genderqueer people born female bodied. And I was saying how I really do believe men's sexuality is sometimes more clearly defined than women's. So that is just my opinion. Really good topic. Thanks for posing it. And sorry about the laying in bed aspect of this video, but thanks, you guys. I always love, and comment below. I love your comments. You know I do. Have a good week, you guys. Bye-bye.